Find the points on the ellipse of this equation where this function has its extreme values. So we want to begin by listing out what we are working with. So gxy will be equal to 2x squared plus 4y squared subtract 1. So this is the same thing as this. And we have fxy equals to xy. Okay? Now, we want to find the gradient of g. So derive this in terms of x and add it with the derivative of this in terms of y. And then add your I and j components. You have 4xi plus 8yj. For this, same thing, derive in terms of x, add it with the derivative in terms of y. You have yi plus xj. What you want to do next is you want to apply the formula where gradient of f is equal to lambda times gradient of g. Okay, so y is equal to lambda times 4x and x is equal to lambda times 8y. After you have this, you want to plug in this value into x over here. So y equals lambda 4 times lambda 8y, and then evaluate this. You have 32 lambda squared y. Now you want to divide y on both sides to solve for lambda. So 1 is equal to 32 lambda squared. Divide 32 on both sides. You have lambda squared equals 1 over 32. Square root. So you have lambda equals square root of 1 is 1 over square root of 32. So the square root of 32 is equal to 4 root 2. So lambda is equal to 1 over 4 root 2. Once you have lambda right here, you want to plug it into the x equation. So x equals 1 over 4 root 2 times 8y. So it would be like this. So 8 times 1 over 4 root 2 is equal to square root of 2. So x is equal to square root of 2y. Now, what you want to do next is, once you have this x value, you want to plug it into the original equation for ellipse. So therefore, you are going to have 2 times square root of 2y squared plus 4y squared equals 1. Distribute the square. You are going to have 2 times square root of 2 squared is same as 2. And then y squared plus 4y squared equals 1. This is equal to 4y squared plus 4y squared equals 1. And now we can combine like terms. You are dealing with 8y squared equals 1. Solve for y. You have divide 8 on both sides. Y squared equals 1 over 8. Square root all terms. You are left with y equals 1 over square root of 8, which is equal to 1 over, square root of 8 to root 2. So y equals 1 over 2 root 2. This is your y value. And now, once you have your y value, go back to your here and plug in, go back to here and then plug in y over here, the value for y over here, into y here. So we can remove this because we don't need it anymore. Okay, So plug this y into here. You will have x equals square root of 2 times 1 over 2 root 2. Plug that into a calculator. Square root of 2 times 1 over 2 root 2, you have 1/2. So x is equal to 1/2. And now, the points on the ellipse will be x equals plus or minus 1/2 and y equals plus or minus 1 over 2 root 2. So you will be able to write these points and you'll end up with 4 points. You're going to have x is 1/2 times 1 over 2 root 2. You're going to have negative 1/2 over 1 over 2 root 2. You're going to have 1/2 and negative 1 over 2 root 2. And you're going to have negative 1/2 times negative 1 over 2 root 2. So these are your 4 points.